I'm scrolling down, a lot of pictures of Tibbs. Oh!
That's Tibbs with a B. Pictures of Tibbs.
I said that.
I know. I'm just making sure everyone else knows.
Why? What do other people say?
Welcome to Oddball. Amin Elhassan sitting in front of me is Charlotte Wilder. What are you doing?
What?
We're doing a show.
Oh.
I'm sorry to disturb your morning routine. What are you doing?
I'm doing research because...
Reading comics? What are you doing?
Well, I do love them, but no, I prefer them in a paper form. I don't like them on the internet. Milwaukee Bucks rumors, New York Knicks planning incredible Giannis Antetokounmpo swoop. However, I mean,
Bullshit.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is from WisconsinSportsHeroics.com.
There you go. Well, you know what? Anytime you can get a news story from Wisconsin Sports Heroics, do me a favor. Give me a little bit of like the meat of this report from WisconsinSportsHeroics.com.
This is interesting, I mean, because there are reports going around that if Giannis actually decides to leave the Milwaukee Bucks, he would prefer a move to a big market team. Now, this would presumably be a welcome change for one of the game's biggest superstars after spending the first decade of his career in a small market team like the Bucks. So then we get to the actual report, and it's a quote from SNY's Ian Begley. Mm-hmm. If I had to guess, he says, I'd assume that team president Leon Rose and company will make moves with Giannis in mind, but I don't think the Knicks will take a Giannis or bust approach over the next 18 months. Right or wrong, Rose's Knicks have shown in the past that they aren't married to the idea of acquiring any one player, see the Donovan Mitchell trade talks. So not only is this not a report, but Ian himself is like, I'm guessing, and I actually don't think that this is highly likely in the next year and a half.
So like this is where this stuff gets real interesting to me, right? Like I know Ian Begley. Ian Begley is an amazing reporter. He does a great job covering the Knicks. Because he does a great job covering the Knicks, he goes on podcasts, he gets interviewed, he gets asked questions. People want to know, would the Knicks be interested in Giannis, or whatever the question prompt is. And Ian is saying, well, yeah, like, of course they would be interested in a player like that. And of course they have the resources because they have a bunch of draft capital and stuff like that to make something like that happen. He's not saying Leon Rose and the team right now are trying to get ready to get Giannis, which is what that freaking report says. And that's the shit I hate the most about the internet, is we take offhanded answers to questions, to hypothetical questions that people are asked, and we use that as clickbait or whatever the for Wisconsin sports heroes or whatever. You're not heroes, you're villains.
Well, I would argue that the people who own these media companies are the villains, because they're people who are like, oh, we need a quota, we need to reach a certain amount. And so anything becomes like, well, I mean, it's the off season. It's been, and there's been nothing, there hasn't even been like really juicy gossip recently. So people are like, oh, okay, this well-respected reporter says something like, let's make that into a headline that has something vaguely to do with Wisconsin. And I know this partly because I used to work at places like this, and it is a little bit brutal. Maybe everybody can just stop being corporate ghouls.
To me, you got to find another way to find go sit in a dunk tank after you said the Bucks would win a game in the finals, and have people for 4 hours shoot baskets and have you get dunked in the dunk tank repeatedly.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, if you want attention, if I need to get the clicks, I need to get people paying attention.
They don't want it. People just want a job.
Well, guess what, man? Do better. Okay. Do better.
Okay.
I'm just sick and tired of it, because it's what gives rise to places like Ballsack and Butt Crack Sports and all that stuff, because they are all preying upon an entire industry that has primed its consumers to fetishize and like almost like a crack fiend, follow the scent, the aroma. A deal might be happening in the air. Oh, what does it say? Oh, Giannis to the Knicks. Oh my God, let me tweet, let me share, let me tell everybody, hello, Mom.
I'm just saying, I don't think that is a particular fault of WisconsinSportsHeroics.com.
If you are part of the problem, if you're not part of the solution. Like, I just don't agree with that.
I mean, I think it's yeah.
You know what? It's not their fault. Guess what? You're right.
I'm not saying that this is a good thing to do. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying, like, fun, let's aggregate all these bullshit headlines. I'm saying we are in a media culture where the people at the top who are private equity people often are putting these incentives that it makes the people actually doing the work feel like scramble for. And it's like, yes, I understand that it would be better if we didn't have these clickbait headlines, but also it would be better if we had like a sustainable thing where people don't feel the need to do this.
I don't know. I don't think anyone is told, hey, come up with some bullshit to reach your incentives.
I've been told, basically,
come up with some bullshit.
Like, you have to put this many words on the internet.
Okay. Do they have to be bullshit?
No, but at a certain point, it's like, what do you have to write about? It's like someone said something. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing in favor of this. I'm just saying the whole system is fucked.
It is. But when you say the incentive structure is why they do it, no, the incentive structure is the incentive structure, and then people make a decision in order to reach my incentive. Am I going to do this with actual journalism? Am I going to do this with actual insightful stuff, interesting stuff, different stuff?
But that takes time. If you have to put
there's another side to this coin. If the only way you can do this is by making up, guess what? Maybe this ain't the job for you.
They're not making. Okay.
But, okay, then why are they? Hold on, they're not making. So then why are they doing it? Why are they doing it? You just told me it's an incentive structure, and that's how I reach my incentives. That's how I get paid. To make money. Exactly. Taco Bell is hiring. UPS is hiring. Go work there. Make money that way. Okay. Work at a bank. Okay. Be an accountant. Be an engineer. Be an architect. Be a doctor. You made a choice to work in an industry that is notorious for underpaying its labor for decades. This is not an internet thing. It's not like, Wilbon and those guys were making bank working for the paper back in the day. They made a decent living. They made a better living than people do right now. But at the end of the day, if you're doing this job, you got to understand, my life is going to suck. I'm not going to be able to pay my bills easily. I am not going to be able to go on vacations to Cancun with my other friends who have regular jobs. I have to do all this extra. I may have to work 2 or 3 jobs in order to make a living. That's the life you chose, though. You chose to do this life. So when you work at a place that says, hey, the only way I'll give you this bag of money is if you get X amount of views, and you're up late at night like, okay, what can I do? Let me do another, let's do another ranking of all the players in the league. Or like, no, that's, everyone else is doing that right now. Think. And then you're like, Ian Begley said, what? Aha, I've got it.
Oh, sorry. Wait,
Knicks
hold on. I'm hearing up next we've got a list of rankings.
Ladies and gentlemen, in my hand, I hold a sheet of paper that contains the first bellwether mark, yes, the flare in the sky of content season is officially dead because we're doing the rankings again. Doing the ranking. Oh, let's rank all the players because we don't have shit else to do, and this always gets the people talking. Now, Charlotte, some background. First of all, this is from CBSSports.com, but everyone does one of these. Bleacher Report does one. ESPN does one. I was part of the ESPN one years ago. I think we were the first ones. I want to say my editor, Royce Webb, came up with the idea because, in his words, people love lists.
People love lists.
People love lists. People love to rank things. People love to argue rankings.
Do you like a list?
Not really. I like it if we're not taking it as gospel. The problem is most people take everything as gospel, which is why it is such a moneymaker for these websites, because they know they're going to get engagement. Engagement not only from fans, but engagement from the players who are like, what? I'm number 72.
Right,
How's
and
that possible?
If you're lucky, they quote tweet it and say that your website is
Yeah, they don't know. That's why these media don't know. Again, this is what the media does, right? But it's interesting. I don't know how CBS Sports does theirs, but I'm willing to pull back the curtain, Charlotte, and tell you how ESPN does it.
Yeah,
because most people think that we would sit there and I would say, okay, LeBron's 1, Steph Curry's 2, 3. Is it Durant or Kobe? I don't know. It's not like that. What happens is they create this algorithm, and you go into the portal, and the portal will just give you a bunch of names. Like, it'll say, Chris Paul or Jason Kidd? And you say, Jason Kidd. It would just bring up, like, Tyrese Halliburton or De'Aaron Fox. Tyrese Halliburton. Like, Julius Randle or Bam Adebayo. Adebayo. Like, and you just kept doing the answers, and it took forever. And then based on this, like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of, well, I guess times hundreds of people is like thousands of answers of these one-on-one things. The algorithm would extract with a weighted score, who's one, who's two, who's three. That's how you end up with Kobe being like 25 or whatever that year he was 25, which, by the way, it was like he's coming off of an Achilles. And people are like, what? I'm like, what are you, high? Of course he's not going to be the best player in the league coming off a torn Achilles. So that's how ESPN did it.
Okay.
CBS, I don't know if they're doing the same thing or not, but either way, I implore you all to know, it's all bullshit. They're just wanting you to react and argue. That's all they want to do. This isn't about CBS. It's about any place that gives you a top 100 or top 75 or top 500 or whatever it is. Hell, NFL Network does it for the players every year, right? Which is
everybody does it.
Everybody
does it.
It's something, again, we started at ESPN.
But it's fun to talk about.
Not really, but we'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, let's get it started.
So we have Amin's list that we have printed out.
Yeah.
Has the top 20.
Yes.
I, here on my computer machine, have the whole list. I want you to guess, Amin, who is number 100?
See, number 100 is funny because 100 best player in a league of 30 teams is really could be like the third best star on a team.
Okay.
So it's not going to be like, no disrespect. It's not going to be Peyton Pritchard, right? It's going to be someone
Poor Peyton.
who
He catches a lot of strays on this show.
not only is a starter, but is probably a pretty good player.
Yes.
Not only a starter, but pretty good player. Let me take a look at some of the names here so I know. Okay,
you get this.
So on my sheet, let me read to
Okay.
everybody, all right?
Okay.
So Jokic is 1, Giannis 2, Steph Curry 3, Lucas 4, Kevin Durant 5, Embiid, the reigning MVP, is 6, which, in case you're wondering, maybe he had a big jump from last year. Nope, he was 6 last year as well. 7 is Jason Tatum. 8 is Devin Booker. 9 is Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
10 is Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler's teammate.
Well.
Oh, question mark. Oh, on the
Okay,
thumbnail.
keep going.
11, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 12, LeBron James. I'm sure we're going to get a bunch of hashtag Wash King, hashtag all that stuff. Number 13 is Anthony Davis. Number 14 is John Morant. Number 15 is Kawhi Leonard. Number 16 is Donovan Mitchell. Number 17, Paul George. Number 18, Jamal Murray. Number 19, De'Aaron Fox. And number 20, Bam Adebayo. So that's the top 20 right there.
Do you have any issues with the top 20? Or are you like,
Look, Joel Embiid, the reigning MVP being 6 is ridiculous.
Even after his playoff drop-off performance?
Come on, guys. Come on. What are we doing? Right?
Okay.
Where
would you put him?
Well, because Luka Doncic's playoff was so... Oh, that's right. He didn't have a playoff.
Right. Okay, good point.
Like, it's some of this stuff is ridiculous, right? Like, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over LeBron, I think is kind of wonky. I mean, again, it's also... I don't know, man. Like, it's all... Who cares?
Right.
Right.
Okay, so who do you think is 100? Is my question. I care about that.
That's a better question. That's a better... To
Who do
try
you
and
think is
guess
100?
who the 100th best player, which would be probably a star-level player.
Wait, you know what I'm going to do? Mm-hmm. The bottom 5, you're going to guess what the... So if you get... It doesn't matter the order so much. Like, if you get the 100th player is the 100th, great. But if you say the 100th player is 95, that's close.
All right. Let's see.
I will give you a hint. Can I give you a hint?
Yeah, sure.
One of these players has not yet stepped foot on the court of an NBA game.
Scoot Henderson.
Yes.
All right.
That's
insane.
What rank do you think he is?
95th.
97.
97, okay. Is Tyler Hero down there?
No. He's higher, I think. Hold on, let me check.
Because this player, if you're a 100th best player, you're probably not an all-star.
Tyler Hero is 78.
Yeah, so you're probably not an all-star. That's what you got to keep in mind. That's why young players pop up here a lot.
Yeah.
But you're still good enough to start.
Here's another hint. 100 is... No, that's too obvious of a hint.
Oh, Kyle Kuzma?
No. Where is he, though? 75th?
I'm getting the 70s really good, huh?
Yeah, you're really nailing. Do you want to do this? Do you want to do the 70s?
No, I think, but this is how you calibrate, right?
Yeah.
Like, so Kyle Kuzma, Tyler Hero in the 70s. So I'm thinking about a player who's got a reputation that CBS would deem to be lesser than those guys, right? Are any of them rookies other than Scoot? How about this?
2 NBA champions.
2 champions. Danny Green can't be there. That's way too high. Two champions. KCP.
Yep.
All right.
99.
I got Scoot. I got KCP. Who else is there on the list?
This isn't a hint because you won't have remembered CBS's rankings last year, but the player ranked 100 was also ranked 100 last year.
Oh, in that case.
Can I tell you?
Sure.
Grant Williams.
Oh, you should have told me like someone who's near and dear to my heart.
Well, but then it's either Grant Williams or Marcus Smart.
That's true. That would have narrowed
Bruce
it
Brown
down.
at 98 is
Bruce
nuts.
Brown is 98?
Yes.
I was going to say Bruce Brown, but I was like, no, there's no way he's down there. How about that? So Bruce Brown, Grant Williams, KCP, Scoot Henderson.
Which is
I'm
crazy.
missing one more. I'm
Yeah.
missing
Grant Williams, KCP, Bruce Brown, Scoot Henderson, and then 96 is someone who wasn't ranked.
Ben Simmons.
No. Where is Simmons, though? He's not on the list.
Simmons, who can't shoot. Markelle Fultz.
Yes.
Oh, how about that?
Did you tell him?
No. He
did.
He gave me the hint. Will he ever learn to shoot again? There's only one guy who fits that criteria.
So that's the bottom of the list, which I think is more interesting than the top of it. Should we rank other stuff? No?
I think we've done enough in this segment. No?
Great.
Yeah. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, we did this segment called Bet the Show, Charlotte.
A segment
Yes,
of Bet the
yes,
Show.
see? Do you remember this segment?
Yeah, well, we've done it like a bunch of times.
We've done it a bunch of times, but there was one time we did it and we didn't air it.
Oh,
And
okay.
one might say that we aired
By not airing.
it because this particular bet has finally come true and it's time to pay off. Roll tape.
The Las Vegas Aces will lose less than 10 games this season.
Fat kid in the background.
Right?
Yeah, I'm taking that bet. What's the stakes?
Are you willing to bet on being able to jump on a future bandwagon? If you win, you can hop on any bandwagon as if you were driving it from the beginning. If you lose, all of the wagons are leaving without you and there's no turning back. What is this, the Oregon Trail? Yeah. Everybody died of dysentery already. Do you think they'll lose less than 10 games this season?
I'm still trying to figure out at what point bandwagon went from a term that literally meant like a wagon with wheels and everything going across the Old West into what now is most associated with sports more than any other walk of life.
Well, it also kind of makes you think, like, was that a wagon with a marching band on it?
Well, not a marching band, but, the guy with the banjo with one tooth.
Oh.
Because it's a long trip, so they have to entertain the
Is
rest
that where
of
that
the
comes from?
No, I'm just making that up.
Oh.
I'm taking that bet. 10 less than 10 games.
So
9 games or less, right? I'm taking it.
Wow.
Look, 9.5 is the line. I'm doing the under.
Okay.
I'm probably sure I could make this bet on DraftKings right now.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that.
So that means that if you win, you can hop on any band. You don't need.
I don't hop
have you
on
ever
bandwagons.
been on a bandwagon?
No, not really. I start bandwagons. I don't hop on them.
Sure
What
do.
bandwagon have you started?
Heat Island was a pretty good one that I started years ago.
Yeah.
Can we punch in really close on my face?
Oh, the Patino.
Because that's like
really
despair in my
It's
eyes.
definitely something a lot of people have hopped on. Look, I'm a trendsetter. When you're a trendsetter, you're not really concerned about where all the wagons are going, Charlotte.
Okay, then I'm going to amend this in real time. I'm going to say you can build any bandwagon you want.
I already do.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of the show.
Yep.
All right, so
Okay.
I got 3 observations. Number 1, what is going on with your hair?
Well,
It's massive.
Well, see, because it's going over the headphone cam.
Oh, it looks like you came from the 80s. Honestly, like you
well,
should
that's
be
also what I'm going for.
like designing women.
This is like 80s prep right now.
Right. Well, all right. Number 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can do this. We have the technology to do this, but the side by side of what Charlotte is wearing today and what she wore on that day.
Well, yes. Also, however, it is a different shirt. They are made by the same company. They're made by the same company.
Okay.
But that shirt is made of cotton. Mm-hmm. And this is a silky material that I'm not entirely sure what it is. And that shirt is more blue than white, and this is equal opportunity blue and white.
I'm wondering if like we've got a Homer Simpson situation going where you open your closet and it's just like khaki pants
No,
and
but
those shirts all in a row.
It's not, but I did think the other day I should really be one of those people who only has like a certain kind of button down and like eliminate decisions.
Number 3,
Yeah.
I think my favorite part is, again, we taped this a very long time ago. Months ago, or in the future, who knows.
Yeah.
But Charlotte, while watching the tape, like as things were happening, she was making what she thought were like witty, on-the-fly observations and jokes.
They were.
And like a second later, Charlotte in the video would make the same observation. I mean, the exact same joke, same delivery, everything. And at one point, she just covered her face in shame.
Yeah, well, also, though, now I'm thinking, I think it maybe is something to be proud of, because at least I'm consistent.
Yeah, consistency, thy name is Charlotte
And
Wilder.
you can't claim that any of this is not authentic.
That's true. Shout out to by the way, the sound quality, which sounds like exactly like we were in a helicopter. Hey, so now we're flying over the Grand Canyon. It's just.
We should do a show in a helicopter. Actually, I don't want to go in a helicopter.
No, I'm good.
Not into it.
I'm good on choppers.
The important part,
Yes.
I mean, is that you were right.
I was right.
The Las Vegas Aces went 34-6. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Shout out to Sidney Colson, who plays for the Aces, who's a member of this Meadowlark family.
Yeah, shout out Sydney.
But yeah, no, this was a no-brainer at the time. It's a no-brainer now. Like, they were awesome. They were mowing through people. I got to see them in Phoenix a couple of weeks ago, and they mowed through the Mercury as well. They're just incredible. This is, if not, maybe this might be the greatest team in WNBA history in terms of just dominance. But
how many games had they lost at the time?
Like 2, I
the
think.
bet.
Either 2 or 3. It was really low.
Oh, okay.
It was really low. I mean, that's like I said.
It would have been crazy if they had already lost like
7,
4 or 5,
yeah,
and it's like now they've won, and they ended up only losing 6.
It would have been amazing if they'd lost 7 and then they ended up losing 6 for the year. I mean, like somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I'm like the math. I'm not good at math, but that would be not possible.
We're familiar with your math deficiency.
I'm just
But
saying you
let's get to the important part. It's not about the Aces being awesome. We all know that. The important part is I was right, and I get to jump on any bandwagon, but I want to make an amendment, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Jumping on bandwagons, sure, that's easy. And we've got a long season. I can jump on any bandwagon I want, and I can bank it. I don't have to jump on the bandwagon right now. I can wait and see. Whoa, they're doing really good. But I would like to amend this get-out-of-jail-free card to also include kind of the reverse, which is jumping off a bandwagon that I may have already joined or started. And I'm going to check with our producer, Hollywood. Hollywood, can I jump off a bandwagon that I'm on right now with this card?
Yes.
There you go.
Thank
The
you.
ruling has come from up high.
Thank you so much.
And I do mean high. So there you go. So Charlotte, I guess I've got quite the decision to make. But the beauty of a get-out-of-jail-free card for every smart Monopoly player is you don't use it immediately. You tuck it.
Yeah.
You tuck it.
Well,
Wait for a rainy day.
there's also no season happening yet.
That's why you tuck it.
So I did say in this, like, you can build your own bandwagon.
Yeah, yes, twice.
Yes. Okay.
She
Sure.
said
Whatever.
it
Blah, blah,
on
blah,
the
blah,
tape,
blah,
and
blah,
she
blah,
said
blah,
it here. Yeah.
However, you are adding, even if you build it,
They will come.
you can get off of it.
Oh, one that I've already built?
Yeah.
Or that I build in...
I think it's funnier if you have the right to bail off of a bandwagon that you started and leave everybody in the lurch.
Sure, man. Look, I'm not averse to that. It's just the idea is I only have one of these. I've got to be judicious with how I use it.
Well, that's the whole point of Bet the Show. We're going to have to make some tough decisions here, Amin. It's going to have to be, we're going to have to crunch numbers. We're going to have to listen to our hearts and minds.
Fun Bet the Show, Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking about taking my kid going up to one of those games.
Oh, you should.
Yep, going up to Vegas. I mean, it's only like a 45-minute flight
Yeah.
for us, so figure go up there, catch some playoff action, say what's up to Sid Colson,
Yeah.
be super dad,
You know what you should do?
What should I do?
You should use the Game Time app to get some tickets.
20 steps ahead of you. Because I use the Game Time app. Not only did I do that, I used promo code DLS to get $20 off of my tickets. So not only am I super dad, but I'm super saving on my budget.
Wow.
The entertainment budget.
Can't think of anything better than watching basketball and saving money.
Well, I can. Terms and conditions may apply. That's the only thing I can think of that's better.
Well, perfect.